football stars Malik Richmond and Trent Mays attended a drunken party in the town of Steubenville, Ohio. Late into the party, the boys found a girl who was so intoxicated that she was not conscious. They stripped her of her clothing, raped her, and urinated on her, and took pictures of her naked and abused body. The violation of this girl's body went on for nearly 6 hours. Several text messages were sent to other students, many students watched, and videos and pictures were taken and posted on sites such as Instagram. The girl was so intoxicated that she does not remember the incident at all. The pictures and videos and text messages exchanged that evening between the two boys and their peers got national attention and filled in the puzzle for what was more than likely the worst night of that girl's life. The case went to trial in March, and both boys were found guilty of rape. The boys cried when the verdict was read in court, and the girl whose life they destroyed was sent threats and hate mail because she was accused of ruining their futures. Major news sources reported sparingly or offensively about the victim. CNN reported how the boys' careers were wrecked. Fox talked about how the girl shouldn't have been drunk. MSNBC talked about how the girl should have never gone to the party in the first place, and how the boys' entire lives were damaged because of the verdict. So many newscasters talked about how sorry they felt for these boys who had brutalized a young girl when she could not have possibly given consent. And you know what? I do feel sorry. I feel sorry that two 16-year-old boys are even capable of the things that they have been convicted of. I feel sorry that we have created a world where at just 16 years old, boys can already disrespect, dehumanize, and degrade women so much. I feel sorry that misogyny is so effective and widespread that it can make these boys incapable of respecting this girl as a human being with the right to make her own choices and not be violated even when drunk. I really do feel bad for these boys. Just not as bad as I feel for the girl that they raped. The reality is that much of society unintentionally places a lot of the blame for rape on women by placing the responsibility of not getting raped on women. We tell girls that they can't walk anywhere alone, that they must cut their hair shorter so no one can grab it. We tell them to dress modestly on subways so men aren't tempted, to not drink at frat parties, to always go to a date or party in groups, to constantly carry pepper spray on us at every time. And these things are well-intended, they really are. And they are things that every girl has heard at some point in their life. They're told to us by our parents, they're told to us by our professors, and written in pamphlets in the health office. But they are the reason that sexual assault is the least reported crime by a wide margin, despite it being one of the most common crimes committed. How can we expect women to feel comfortable reporting assault when there are whispers in the back of every woman's mind saying that they shouldn't have had so much to drink, they shouldn't have gotten into that car, they shouldn't have talked to that guy? When there are whispers in the back of their minds saying that they could have avoided this by following the network of rules that they were taught, and that it is their fault that they didn't. I think it's time to talk about that. And I mean really talk about how to control the people who violate these rights, rather than talking about how to control the people who have been violated. Because the talk right now is not correct. The talk right now is schools over-sexualizing girls by telling your daughters and your sisters for their entire education that they can't wear spaghetti straps in 105-degree weather because of how someone else might choose to react to it. The talk right now is that parents tell their daughters how to be safe every time they leave the house for a date or a party, but they rarely, if ever, tell their sons how to make a woman feel safe. is crying with our daughters for the girl who was gang raped in an alley in China, and never talking about the girl who was too intoxicated to give consent to the party, and how she was just as violated and just as innocent. The talk right now is governments made entirely of men, defining rape so narrowly in some states that legal protection in many sexual assault cases does not exist. It's time to have the real talk. It's time to require consent as a mandatory part of sexual education in all schools. It's time to implement and enforce yes means yes policies on all campuses, high school and college. It's time to tell our sons that girls' bodies are natural and to be respected, rather than just telling our girls how to avoid being violated by boys who don't believe that. It's time to stop victim blaming in rape cases like the one that happened in Steubenville. And it's time to change the laws for media and advertisements so that girls no longer have to be sexualized and dehumanized everywhere they look. These are things that will, over time, eliminate the gray areas within our society's rape culture. Because this issue is not gray. It is strictly black and white. And that line absolutely needs to be drawn that clear. No person deserves this. No amount of alcohol allows for this. And no outfit asks for this. Thank you. And I would like to thank all of you for coming tonight on behalf of our class and our professors, both for being here. This is a fantastic event, and I'm really glad to see so many people here supporting us and supporting the modern day revolution and our voices in